When one thinks of the word insane, most people instantly envision a delusioned serial killer stalking helpless victims before dicing them up into chunks. Despite your mind's knee-jerk reaction, let me remind you that the definition of insanity by Merriam-Webster is a deranged state of the mind, usually occurring as a specific disorder. Disorders such as mentally disturbed, extremely foolish, imprudent, irrational, confused, extreme impulsiveness, unsafe, wildly impractical, ill-advised, senseless, reckless, unsound, angry, or ill-tempered, that there are varying levels of insanity. What would have sent you to an insane asylum decades ago would seem quite unbelievable to a semi-informed person today. For instance, in the 1800s you could be institutionalized for a wide variety of reasons. Wives and daughters who did not obey their husbands or fathers could be put away. Alcoholics, depressed people, angry people, women in menopause, and people going against the norm would also have seen their freedom and dignity evaporate before them and be sent away and institutionalized. So as you can see, you may just be able to find one of your ancestors in a mental institution, even though they really weren't what you have come to know as insane. Now that we grasp the fact that insanity is not just serial killers randomly murdering people, we must ask, where is the line drawn? Does IQ have a play in it? Does a lack of mental alertness contribute? Is it messed up DNA? What classifies individuals as insane? Let's take this to the next step. If your friend joined Heaven's Gate and was anticipating his suicide to the Hale-Bopp comet, you would consider him irrational. You would probably say he has some sort of disorder, that he is possibly certifiably insane. Not that he has infringed on anyone else's rights, but that the individual wasn't quite searching for reason and fact. But that begs the question, what about those who believe in government alchemy, in government voodoo, in government sorcery, in government witchcraft, in government magic? What about those who say God told them to go to war? What about those who believe we can win the war on drugs, even though the government can't even keep heroin and meth out of their own prisons where humans are in cages? What about those who believe that government pen strokes have the magical powers to end homelessness, feed every child, stop all criminals, make the world safe, protect the unborn, eradicate guns, educate everyone? What about those who believe in this government pen stroke sorcery? These people have not mastered wizardry. It's not that they're David Copperfield. All these people have are guns, not magic pen strokes. There are no government magic wands, no government voodoo, no government sorcery, no government witchcraft, no government gods. Sure, the statists make nice websites and sell the idea that they are compassionate with their guns, but that is not what history has shown. In fact, history has shown us that numerous times the political system is overrun by big business lobbyists, that it is seeked by those who are power-hungry, by those who want control over others, not by those who are virtuous. Those who newly stumble upon rationality and reason spend hours researching and learning and give books and videos to their friends and plead them to watch, or beg them to read, and drive home the fact of fiat currency, the innocent lives stolen in the murderous wars, the deadly prohibitions, the tyranny and wealth redistribution, how the political system is a game and their family and friends are the losers. They drive home these facts over and over and over again into the heads of those who enable it, to their irrational peers, to the deluded. But it doesn't seem to get through. Why? Because to the conditioned irrational, A told them that B was correct. So B must be correct because A told them that they were correct. And the endless cycle of collective psychosis continues its reoccurring circular motion over and over and over and over again. It is so painstaking to see the truth of the world we live in, that we live in our own little bubble, afraid of having it burst, afraid to see the brutal honesty. And even worse, we are afraid of our fellow serfs and their attacks. We are afraid to hurt our reputation inside society, and hence do not want to ruin our ego, let alone our image. Lies stack onto lies, forcing mistruths even deeper into our heads, about the world, about society, about the state. But we must be honest and truthful with ourselves. We must not avoid the tough questions, and must answer them truthfully. Your parents, your friends, your neighbors, your coworkers, your bowling partners, your drug dealers, your teachers, your family, even you. Everyone is trapped into this collective psychosis. And myth blocks us from fact and keeps those who are trapped into its mistruths from seeking reason and rationality. It cuts off the light that exposes the darkness. Everything we are witnessing and living in, everything, from the economy to social breakdown to the growth of the political sector, it isn't just their insanity, it's our insanity. Our insanity possesses us like a demon does during an exorcism. In a movie, of course. People's subconsciousnesses lie to themselves, and then they defend those lies using the pain of cognitive dissonance. That there is a psychological conflict resulting from incongruous beliefs and attitudes held simultaneously. These modern myths are perpetuated by the government's corporatist oligopolized media for the advantage of a few, while giving the false idea that the system it leeches off of for protectionism is built for the people. It becomes apparent, then, that what we experience is not always reality, but a mixture of partial reality with various collective illusions. The two key components in this equation of our insanity? We must seek fact, truth, knowledge, and virtues if we are ever to grow and to transcend from the collective insanity groupthink.
Yeah, let's go. Who knows, maybe we can all get out of here, huh?
Uh-huh. Okay, then I think that, of course, you know that we have a first-degree murder charge here, and if we vote the accused guilty, we've got to send him to the chair. That's mandatory.
I think we know that.
Yeah, let's see who swear. Okay, then just remember that this has to be 12-0 either way. That's the law. Okay, are we ready? All those voting guilty, please raise your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, that's 11 guilty. All those voting not guilty? 1. Right. 11 guilty, 1 not guilty. Well, now we know where we are.
Boy, oh boy, there's always one.
Well, what are we doing now?
We must not transfer the responsibility from our own well-being to others, for this is simply an invitation to manipulate us. People often ask, Mike, what would a free society do with the insane? The answer? They wouldn't give them governments. Sanity won't be embraced or embodied until we examine our own insanity. We can now see that the entire world is just that. One giant, insane asylum. An asylum where a majority of your peers believe in government force to solve perplexing societal disputes. There is hope for you, though. You can somewhat escape by realizing that arguing with the insane is of little good, and that you continually seeking personal growth and rationality is not only the first step, not only the middle steps, but in every step you take in this life. never stop seeking reason, truth, and virtues. For the lack of these is what creates the insanity in the first place.
Not guilty. Not guilty.